Welcome everybody to Rapture Watch for the 25th of July 2017. Hope you guys are having a blessed day in the Lord. And yeah, lots of stuff going on. RFID chip is back in the news. They're chipping people now in the United States, government workers, and it's reality, folks. You know, I knew that one day that I would possibly start to see this stuff happen, but to actually see them chipping people before we leave, it is a frightening prospect, that these things are happening now, and that these people who are getting chipped, that they have no idea that they're going to hell for all time. And it's freaky, especially when you see parents chipping their kids, and that's where these the news agencies, the propaganda machine, getting parents freaked out about their kids, so they get them chipped, and it's just it's freaky. It's really freaky, and things are going down very, very soon, and and that's what I'm here for. Ezekiel 33, verse 6, Watchman on the Wall. I'm a watchman here in Calgary, Alberta, so I stand on guard for thee, and I hope you guys are all watching and sharing with your friends, not my videos, but just sharing the word of the Lord with your friends, and you're getting it out there, because it's right on the razor's edge here, guys. Russian troops are mounting in Syria around Israel. They got Hezbollah going on. The Israeli government has yielded to this outbreak of violence and rioting that's going on. And, again, it's supposed to be a religion of peace, and as soon as some Israeli officers get killed and they put up some metal detectors, they start killing families, rioting, and slaughtering Jews, and so we can't sit here and call Islam a peaceful religion. We all know what it is. It's a political death cult that is completely about finances at this point. Oil, running oil. The Russians are getting involved because they have oil interests. And, now that Israel has found a whole bunch of oil of their own, and either oil or natural gas, I can't remember exactly, but basically they're selling their gas now to European countries, which is pissing off Russia. And this is the hook that's going to get Gog and Magog rolling, and it's clear as day. And it just makes me upset that we know that the Vatican is working for the devil. We know that the false prophet is the Pope. We know that our spineless churches here in Canada and the United States, they don't stick up for Israel. They're all joining up with the Muslims and saying, you know, it's Israel's fault. You know, now I try not to get too mad about things here. You know, we're supposed to be peaceful and we're praying always. We're fighting this spiritual battle in the spirit. We're not warring against flesh and blood. But when you see our so-called religious leaders and political people in the States and in Canada being spineless and not standing up to this death cult, it makes me sick. It makes me sick that so many people are blinded. So many people are allowing this to continue. Allowing Jews to get killed. Allowing this death cult to keep going. And condemning Israel to the point where they have to back down and yield because the world, because the UN, because of all of these nations are backing a death cult. It makes me furious. It makes me absolutely furious that these spineless religious leaders, politicians, they're all spineless. And it takes us meek ones that are not associated with these churches, that are not playing the game anymore, that aren't sipping coffee and eating cookies and burying our heads in the sand. No, it takes us praying and doing what we got to do to defend our brothers and sisters. You know, it takes us. It takes the little guys, and that's why God uses the meek. That's why God uses the lowly. You know, the people who are the weakest in society, people are throwaway people who nobody else cares about, but God cares about us. God cares about His people. And God's not going to stand by and let this crap continue. He's not going to let His people have this happen to them over and over and over again. We're going to be out of here soon. And then the Lord's going to finally do what He's going to do to make everything right. And that's our blessed hope. We have to hope, because our God's arm is not shortened, okay? He will not be mocked. He is sovereign. And they're going to know. They're all going to try to attack Israel. And they're going to be outnumbered. And they will prevail, because God is with them. We all know. We all know what's going to happen, guys. So that's why we can stay calm, even though I am a little uppity about this. You know, it just makes me upset. But we have to have patience and know that God is in control of all of this. As long as we do our part and pray and have faith. Just like Abraham, you know, it took faith that he was going to have a son. And he was going to do it at the age he had, you know, with Sarah and her age. He had to have faith that it was going to happen. And not only did it happen, he had to have faith. Put him on the altar. And trust in God. And his trust was repaid big time. He's the father of all of us. All of us who call ourselves Christians, who are grafted into this great family. His faith is why he's the father of many nations. And we have to have that same faith in our God, that this will be taken care of, that all of this injustice around the world is going to finally be taken care of, God knows the end from the beginning from the end. He's the Alpha and the Omega. He is not going to be mocked. His hand is not shortened. Justice will be done. So we have to have confidence in Him, have peace in our hearts. That doesn't mean we don't keep warring in the Spirit. We gotta mount up on our horses and pray and do our part. You know, we gotta do our part. But our faith is what's going to move mountains. Okay, we're going to tear these spiritual mountains down, these strongholds in Jesus' name. We got to be soldiers in this battlefield and take the territories over. Bring the battle to the enemy, not sit around and wait for them to attack us. We got to armor up. Full armor of God, sword of the Spirit, get the word, get our word in order so that we can fight and know what we need to pray and what to attack. Okay? So let's not lose hope. Let's have patience in the Lord. Okay, let's know the battle is already won. He has given us the authority as sons and daughters of the Most High to war in the Spirit, to fight, to take over our territories. We're not supposed to sit around and wait to get attacked. Let's bring it. Let's do our part. So, thanks guys for checking this out. I love you. If I don't have a message, or if I don't see you in the clouds tonight, I'll have a message for you tomorrow. I keep screwing that up, but I'll figure it out. Let's do this, guys. Let's be there for the Lord in prayer and in war. Let's get it done. All right. I love you guys. Peace be with you.